Missouri has living restrictions for sex offenders. Oklahoma has living restrictions for sex offenders, and both states have loitering restrictions concerning schools, parks, and daycares. But what about Kansas? It doesn't have either. So how do you know your kids are safe? In part 2 of my special report, Sex Offenders Next Door, I sit down with the woman behind the sex offender registration desk to find out.
Awareness and education is extremely important.
Michaela Henniger-Mosher is the offender registration clerk for Crawford County. In addition to the violent and drug offenders,
105 of them are sex offenders.
She's tasked with keeping track of the currently 105 sex offenders in Crawford County, most of which do not have any restrictions on where they live.
There's nothing saying a sex offender can't live close to a school or a park or a daycare.
Or where they can hang out, even if it's at a park filled with children.
I had a person call because I had a sex offender move across the street from a school. It was published online, so he was obviously concerned. But because of the Kansas state statute, there's not a lot we can do about that.
Kansas does require registered sex offenders to check in 4 times a year.
So every 3 months, they have to come in person, see me, and register.
If they don't, Henniger-Mosher sends a failure to register report to the county attorney, and a warrant is issued.
Some of them probably aren't as good as compliant as others, and that's when she'll make phone calls and try to figure out where they're at, or we'll have a deputy go by and do a check and see where they're at and see if that's where they're currently living.
Sheriff Danny Smith says parents can be proactive with the Offender Watch app. The app notifies you when a registered offender moves into your neighborhood. Sheriff Smith says you can also use it to keep tabs on your kids.
And basically follow your kids, and if they get within an area where there's a registered sex offender, it will send the parents alert.
Alerting parents and preventing tragedies like child abductions or worse.
There are some people that register that are a threat, and I think people need to know where they could be at, where they are at, where they frequent. Just talk to your kids, talk to them about warning signs, red flags, things that don't really sit right with them.
And ultimately prevent the unthinkable.
You can sign up for Offender Watch and download the app for free from the Crawford County Sheriff's Office website. And we provided a link on our website at KOAMnewsnow.com.